Hey guys, how you doing? This is Mango etc. and I'm here today to bring the review for Bubuki Buranki episode number 4. Now this episode focuses on the fight between Kagani and Matobai, and at the end of the episode we see our heroes leaving off on, I think it was called the Bubuki train, heading towards the Bubuki nest. We found out that this train, as long as it has Obu on board with it, it has the potential to go up to Treasure Island. So they are using this train to head towards Treasure Island. But the main, the juicy, the good stuff of this episode was all happens during the time of Kagani versus Matoba. Now, I feel so sorry for Kagani because she really wants to get her revenge on, just to get her revenge, but she's not strong enough. She's not strong enough to do the job. During the fight, it is really, it is one-sided, but it doesn't really seem that way. We see Kagani trying to get in an attack, and Matobai is just dodging throughout the fight, but he does clearly have the upper hand. And if it wasn't for Azuma and then later on the train, they wouldn't have been able to get out of this situation alive. Matobai would have in fact done what he set out to do, and he would have come out the victor. But because of Azuma coming into indirectly helping these, because both of these helps were indirect helps. In case of Azuma, he was just protecting his own life, and I'll get into these indirects in a second. And in the point of the train was really just passing by, and Matobai just happened to be in the way. But yeah, because of these two indirect helps, they was able to overcome him within this episode. So now we learned some new things within this episode. We learn about Bubuki battles now. Now these Bubuki battles seem to have to be activated through a heart. So you see in this episode, the Bubuki battle was activated through Entei, the Red Baranki's help. The Red Baranki's heart. But these Bubuki battles is a system where they have to fight their said opponent. So we know that Bubuki are the limbs of Baranki, so and a right hand has to verse another right hand, and so forth. So that's why we in this episode got Kogani versus that guy. I'm not going to continue to try to keep saying his name, that guy. But we found out that the Bubuki he is presently using is not Entei's right arm. It's another Bubuki that he got later on within the series. So just a bit more about this Bubuki battles. Once a Bubuki battle is in place, there's no outside interference. No other Bubuki can interfere with the fight, and we see this as the girl with the glasses tries to go in to help Kagani, but her Bubuki just stop her. So there's no outside interference allowed within the episode, within the Bubuki battle. That's why I said that the help Kagani got in this episode was indirect. Azuma was just standing in the way, so his heart was protecting him, and in the case of the train, like I said, it was just passing by and he just happened to be in the way. So that's why I said it was indirect help. So a Bubuki battle lasts as long as until someone, either the person you're facing dies or they give up the fight. And in this episode, Matobai gave up the fight, so that's why they overcome the situation for this episode. Once you lose, your Bubuki cannot be used until the other fights have taken place. So we saw in this episode the right hands fought. So now we have to wait. Now Matabai's Bubuki cannot be used until the left hands are fired, the left leg and the right leg, until all the battles are done. That Bubuki is useless. So, but I don't think that has rendered the character Matobai useless through the series. He'll probably end up getting another Bubuki somewhere down the lines and using that to fight again. Also within the episode, we go back into flashback. We probably finish Kogani's flashback where we see where the dad died and Kogani comes over, and this is where we find out, I think, Bubuki take their form dependent on their master, because Matobai says something on the lines of, this is what you look like now, and he referred to Rai-chan by his real name. So I think that Bubuki take their forms dependent on their masters. Also within the episode, we see a gathering of another one of Ryoko's, is that her name? Ryoko's four gods, and this four god that we see within this episode seems to have a pen Bubuki, but he also seems like he's only coming along because he knows one of the people from our heroes team. That's the kind of vibe that I was getting from this. At the end of the episode, we see another Bubuki battle starting to take place between, I forgot what name it is, but it's between the girl with the glasses and the first other god who was introduced to. And it seems like they have some sort of history, because the guy on the evil side, like, whoa, you've grown up since the last time I've seen you. So it seems like they have some sort of history going on. I like this episode because we're getting character building, but at the same time we are getting, the story is continuing, we're getting further progress into the story. So yeah, I like the episode for that reason. I feel that the fight between Kogani and Matobai could have been a little bit better. They're just mostly dodging and then Matobai getting a hit and knocking Kogani back. The one bit of the fight that I really did like though was when Kogani grabbed his arm and she was like, if you try and shoot, just her smack talk at that moment was just so on point. Kogani's my favourite character about that within the series. But yeah, she's like, if you try and shoot, I'm gonna crush your arm, and just smack talk at that point was really great. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I do think that the fighting could have been a little bit better, and because of those reasons, I'm gonna give this episode a 3.5-star rating. Like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.